Hi. Hi, everybody. It's so nice to be in a room full of people, by the way.
Yes.
So happy whatever day it is. It's that day. Happy Wednesday, the 7th. It says it right on the screen. And everybody out there in Zoom land, can you hear me okay? Someone give me like a thumbs up and let me know the audio is working good and everything. Perfect. Perfect. Hey, it's Bob Cool. Wow. We got all sorts of people online today. That's fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and just go ahead and kick into the slides. So we started doing this back at the start of the year, which I love, is just these bucket fills. So basically, if you don't know what a bucket fill is, it's just showing appreciation for something that happened to you, or just saying thank you, to somebody in the room, somebody in the business, or actually it's really even celebrating the victory you had either personally or professionally. So does anybody have any successes or bucket fills they want to share this morning? It's going to be a real quiet. Yes, Tammy, thank you. Gosh, it's getting so lonely up here.
I want to say thank you to all the agents that don't answer their phones. I know why. The whole last month and the beginning of this month, I've just been thanked by people because I'm the one that answers my phone.
Hey, Chris, you're allowed to come in. You don't have to sound.
Bring more people, right? They're straight to you. So thank you for not picking up your phone. I'm obviously none of them with KW because I asked.
Well, of course, clearly, yeah. It is. I had a conversation with Jeff Goolsby this morning about just answering the phone and returning phone calls. It's kind of a little bit of a lost art lately. You're so inundated with phone calls and showing requests and all that. It's hard to get back to people sometimes, and yet picking up and returning that phone call makes a difference to folks. So love that. Love that. Anybody else? Rob Messina.
So I want to give gratitude to both Sandrine DiMattei and to Tammy because, well, for one, you guys fill my bucket constantly, and it means a lot to me. And Tammy specifically left this cute little note on my desk one day, and it said, "I love you, beautiful lady from a naughty mouse." And I thought, who is that? And Sandrine DiMattei said, "That's got to be Tammy. That sounds like Tammy." And then she had an artist paint me this beautiful painting that's in my office, and she sat with me and she told me the significance of it and why it was chosen for me and how she chose it for me. And so when I look at it, it makes me think of you, it inspires me, and it means something to me because it's different every time I look at it. So thank you.
Wow.
Much gratitude.
Well, that. Who wants to top that one? Who wants to top? That's like the mic drop one. I don't think he wants to go after that. I'll say I just pulled up some stats in front of me. I just want to give a shout out to our collective office. You know, we're going through this kind of crazy market, low inventory, multiple offers, hard to get buyers accepted, all that stuff. During the month of March, you all closed over $100 million worth of sales. Over $100 million of sales. If y'all keep this pace for the balance of the year, for where we are through the first quarter, the office is on track to sell $1.4 billion worth of homes in 2021. So that's a collective effort. I know Lyle gets a lot of that. He did probably $95 million out himself, but that's a collective effort. In a market where it's challenging to get listings, a challenge to get buyers accepted, the fact that you all collectively closed over $100 million worth of sales in 1 month. So hats off to you guys for that. All right, cool. Let's move forward in the slides, James. I gotta put my screen back up so I can see it. What's next? All right, I want to congratulate 2 cappers. So 2 people hit their cap this week. First and foremost, Catherine Brown. So congratulations to Catherine. And the second one is Catherine Wood. So congratulations to the 2 of you. You guys can enjoy 100% of your commission for the balance of the year. And then we welcome a new person to our family this week, and that is Tariq. So Tariq joined last week. I've seen him around the office. He's a really stylish guy. It makes me feel really bad about the way I dress at work. So if you see him coming around the office, make sure to welcome Tariq to the family.
Such a humble, cool guy. So the whole time that I was meeting with him, I kept calling him Derek, and he just rolled with it. And then as he filled out his paperwork, it said Tarek, and I texted him, and he sent me a text saying, "Hey, this is Derek, da da da," and I said, "Dude, your name's Tarek." And he goes, "Yeah, but I just rolled with it." I'm like, "No, that's your name. I'll certainly call you by your name."
Right. Fair enough. All right, and I want to welcome in our friends from Movement Mortgage today. I think Logan's on the line. I don't have my screen pulled up, but Logan, you in there somewhere?
Yes, sir. I am here.
There we go. Now I see you. How you doing today?
How's it going, guys? First of all, thank you guys so much for having me. Looking forward to finishing up that office. I think by the end of the week, we should be good to go and ready to roll in there. So super excited to get in and be a part of the family here. Real quick, a couple things that I wanted to hit on. Everyone obviously knows the kind of market we're in with 500 offers on a single property. Talking to borrowers, the thing that was surprising was I'm getting a lot of borrowers who have been talking to agents and are looking for new agents or new lender partners because they weren't getting their offers accepted. And the interesting thing was once we set that expectation that, hey, you're going to write 4 or 5 offers before that one gets accepted. And we kind of went over some strategies for the appraisal gaps that we're seeing. The clients felt fine about it, right? But the problem was they were getting overpromised and underdelivered on what to expect with writing offers. So I just want to kind of throw that out there. When you guys are talking to your clients, make sure you're setting that proper expectation and that, hey, we're going to get a couple reps in on this whole writing an offer and going through the process. It's going to help retain those clients, and it's a much better situation for everybody going forward. And then appraisal gaps. Work with your lenders. There's a lot of options we have if you have that appraisal gap. So if they don't have extra money to come up with that, I know last week we talked about some down payment assistance options. Just shifting a 15% down to a 5% down. Oftentimes the cash to close doesn't change for the borrower at all. And the payment may not even change drastically, if at all, either. So there's a lot of options in the lending side of the house to help you guys combat that, right? So I'm a big proponent of real estate as a team sport. So use the team that you have around you to help you guys come up and overcome some of these challenges you guys are seeing.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, I love that mindset. It may take a couple offers to get one to stick, but if you set that expectation up front, then your clients' hearts don't get broken on that first one out.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just start telling the borrowers like 10 to 15 offers,
Yeah.
not 4 or 5.
Yeah, that Erica's saying, don't tell them 2 to 3 offers, tell them 10 to 15. And that way,
Absolutely. Whatever. And honestly, it is super local, and it's also going to depend on the type of offers you're putting in, right? If you're putting in, a down payment assistance offer, you might be putting in 20 or 30 offers, right? But if you have a lot of cash down, or honestly, VA offers, I'm seeing a bunch of our VA offers get accepted really quick because our appraisal turn times are faster than anybody else. And honestly, I have not had a Tidewater loan in months. So our VA loans are coming in at value. So if you're a listing agent and you're seeing that, know that the VA appraisers are up with the times right now, which is rare for them, but we're doing good right now.
Okay, take it while you can. All right, thanks, Logan. Appreciate you. All right, what's next? All right, I'm gonna turn it over to Robin. You have to come.
Oh, we're so excited. Oh no, did it close, Mike? So every month, the coaching program or the coaching department brings you guys a fun contest. So I know I should be over here, right? So we know that you're in business for yourself, and yet we don't want you to feel like you're by yourself. So we're putting a contest in that allows you to be intentional about focusing on the things that move you forward gradually in business. So our March contest is up. So does everybody have their tickets in here? Nope. Okay, if you're not following this, you really want to follow April's
Oh, it's too late, Jill. They
Guess
cut it off
what?
3 minutes ago.
Oh, Jill's out. After I begged her. No, go ahead.
Okay.
Good.
Sorry.
So ladies, well, and Jen, but the ladies who are more excited. What's the prize? What are the prizes we're giving out? Nordstrom gift cards, baby, for your spring attire. So we're giving out 3 Nordstrom gift cards. Now, who knows what the Jenna Meyerstein rule is? You can only win once.
You
You can only win once, and why?
Because otherwise she won them all.
Right? Because she wins all the prizes. So I have to tell you, Jenna's in here. All right, so you can only win once. And our first winner is, Erica Poindexter! Was I supposed to go buy the gift cards? Yeah, be in your, no, I'll give them to you. I'm not leaving money in your boxes. All right, and then announcing who's mine.
Look at
Because
your box.
I do. next one. Watch. Who thinks it's gonna be them?
I'm hoping.
You're hoping. Guess who it is? It's better late than never, Jill Van Dusen. All right, girlfriend, you can do whatever you want.
Okay, whenever I get it.
All right. I'd rather owe it to you than beat you out. Right? That was one of my dad's favorite things. All right. Oh, I think I have two. No? Do I have two? And our third winner and final winner is sitting right next to Money, 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 Sarah Abbott. See a girl shopping trip coming next, right?
That's the plan.
All right, so I will save these and I will make sure that you get, ooh, I threw one back in.
We know who. Jill,
I
Eric,
threw Jill's back
Sarah.
in. I can Jill. I'm old and my memory is in need of support. However, I can remember those. So congratulations, guys. All
Awesome.
right. I'm assuming this moves us to the April contest,
Yes.
right? All right. So Mike, do you want to share with them this one? Because they're probably sick of listening to me.
No, you go.
All right, so my partner in crime, Mike. So we put together Millionaire Money Bingo. So here's the deal. We know that you guys like weekly prizes as well. So the first person to get a single line bingo. Does everyone here know how to play bingo? Yes. Right? Okay. So first person.
If you don't know how to play, then you can't play.
Right?
Like, that's on you.
Google it.
Kind of got it. Yeah, Google
Google
it.
it.
If only there were this.
We'll do a Zoom on it.
So the first person to get a single line bingo needs to email Mike and I and let us know that you got a bingo. Take a screenshot and send it, and we will have a prize for that person at the next team meeting. The first person to get me a single line bingo. Any questions? Any questions online? Okay, so these will be available to those of you that are in the room here. You get a free dauber, and the game board is up here. Just keep the game board. You're going to bring it back in at the end of the month, and it's going to be just like March's contest. We're going to give away 3 prizes. They're going to be fun prizes. You guys like shopping? Okay, should we just keep doing gift cards to fun places?
Green
Okay,
Acres.
Oh, yeah.
Green Acres.
Ooh, good one.
Oh, I like that one. Okay, Green Acres.
Project still not.
All right, so we'll do a couple. We'll do 3 different ones this time. So fill those out, bring them in at the last team meeting of the month, and the first team meeting of the following month, we'll announce the new contest and we'll draw 3 winners again. Okay? So the information's on the back. The rules are on the back. Okay? All right, thank you. Next slide, James. You're welcome.
You're actually still.
Yay!
Single line over again?
No.
No.
So
Oh, if you get a blackout too, I think, yeah, you get 50 extra tickets. Tammy will be blacking it out, I guarantee you.
like,
She's
so,
already looking.
so if you guys missed yesterday, yesterday, Robin and Paul started week 1 of 6 Personal Perspectives,
Yeah.
which was a bit of an overview. So you should have been here yesterday. However, if you didn't make it, you guys had like 15.
What do we have, 19, 15, 19, 14? Okay.
This is a transformational type class. This is not a real estate class. It's really a transformational type class. So if you missed week 1, that's okay. We'll do a little bit of review on that today, a little bit. But come next week. So for the next 6 weeks, Robin and Paul are tag teaming this material on Tuesdays. You won't regret coming in. This is transformational both for business and for personal stuff. So get yourself in the room if you can.
Scott, is it live?
What's that?
Is it live? Everybody's in the room?
It's in the room.
Only,
So get yourself.
live only.
So get yourself to the room because it's in here in the room. Live.
Yes, yes.
It's an experiential class. It's really, you want to be in a group setting. It's an experiential. So it's live only. It's not recorded and it's only in person.
That's right.
Cool. Awesome. Erica, you want to talk for a second?
Woo, woo. Right?
You're going to have to come this way.
Talking.
You're going to have to come this way because the microphone's right here.
I have to come.
So Erica's going to talk about her class on the 12th.
Oh, that screen share is nice. That's a great,
Looks just like you.
I mean,
It does.
that face is cute.
I agree.
Sorry. Well, it plays, on the Facebook group, it plays a video. My new handy dandy, like, look, you're on social media image. So I have been working with the social media committee since the beginning of the year and trying to inspire all of you to do more on social, and I'll be teaching a class next Monday on how to stand out. I know it's very busy and very noisy on social media, and what do you do to get recognized and people actually see your content? So that's what we'll be talking about on Monday at 11.
Love it.
Yay.
Is that it?
And by the way, like the whole social media thing, that just takes time to ruminate, to germinate, to grow. And you've been working this system for a while, and you're starting to see the fruit from it now.
Yeah, consistency is more important than anything else.
Yeah. Okay, so next thing is in March, we started doing pop-by gifts as something for you guys to do for your clients. A couple of y'all in the room took us up on that. I know Sally Half posted her results from it, that she got 2 or 3 referrals from going out and delivering pop-by gifts. So we decided we're going to start doing these every month. So for the month of April, we're putting together these little succulents. And so they'll be, it's a little one, it's like 2 inches, so it's tiny, right? With a little plant succulent in it, with a little flower stick in the thing. You can customize your sayings. So we came up with a couple of samples for some sayings you might want to go with, such as, I'm a sucker for your referrals. Your referrals make me wet my plants. Or thank you for helping my business grow. So you can either be funny or you can be serious.
Can you get a combination?
So we're gonna package these up. We're gonna sell them in bundles of 12. So $100 for a bundle of 12. So if you guys want those, Hannah will get out the order form for that later in the week, and we'll do these over the next 2 or 3 weeks and have them ready for pickup at the end of the month. And then if you don't want to pay us to put these things together, just go do it yourself. We're just giving you the idea. If you want the tailor-made one done, hand-delivered for you to do them, it's $100 for 12. If you want to just go make them yourself, you can go to Lazy Acres or go to Amazon, order them yourself, and do them for a few bucks cheaper per unit. But if we're listening to you guys. You wanted more things for pop-by gifts, more things to be deliverables for your clients. So here's our April iteration of what that is.
That's awesome.
So cool. All right, what's next on the list? All right, Miss Hannah, the floor is yours.
Ooh. Hi guys. So tomorrow I will be doing our first official social media takeover. So I'll just be going around the office. I'll be introducing you to some agents around the office, also showing you some cool things. I might also be hiding some things around the office. So definitely join in on lives, pay attention to our social medias. It's going to be posted both on Facebook, Instagram, also hopefully on our LinkedIn. So I'll be leaving little clues around all day. So definitely pay attention to that. And if you're in the office, go hopefully find my clues and join me on social tomorrow. And then coming up, we'll also have some awesome agents be doing the social media takeovers themselves. So get excited.
So the idea behind this that Hannah came up with was that she's going to run the first one to kind of get the blueprint on what a social media takeover looks like. And then weeks following, if any of you all want to take over our social channels for the day, then you can use that as a platform to show yourself out there to the world, show yourself out there to your clients, be interactive with them on our platforms, on your own platform, to help generate more business. So we're going to kind of blueprint it for you guys this week, and then you guys have the opportunity to take over our socials in the future. All right,
That will
cool.
be tomorrow.
All right, and then you got the next one too, I think.
Yep. Also tomorrow I'll be doing, and hopefully I'll be doing this live too on our social medias. But I'm doing my first experience/intermediate tech class. It's going to be let's upgrade your KW website. So it's tomorrow at 2. Please join me for that. I can send the link in the chat too for that, but it'll be a lot of fun. So I think definitely join. It will be a great learning experience.
Awesome. I think you got one more.
I do. In April, I have kind of worked with our teams in GoKW1, and we have created an April social media marketing box. This is kind of the templates for this week. So every week I create a Google Drive for you personally, and it lays out every day what social media you'd have to post. It has the link. I also send it to you via email every week. That's laid out what to post every day. It all is in there, and it's laid out by day to day. We also have some buyer scripts, seller scripts, Facebook challenges in this box this month that will be free. So if you're interested, I'll drop the link in the chat. So definitely, if you're interested, please sign up for it. I also customize them all for everyone. So if you're interested, I'll be sending you a follow-up email. If you go to the link and you sign up, I'll be sending you a follow-up email to that, just asking for more details of kind of what you want your brand to look like. And then I'll personalize all of this for you. So it's kind of pretty cool thing where you get free social media content to be posting every day consistently, on top of getting some awesome scripts and challenges for you. And just make sure when you're signing up that you sign up under KW Roseville, so KWR, not KW Outgrow. And I'll drop the link in the chat right now.
So you all asked, you feel say, hey, we need more content for social media. We just want we want the marketing done for us. We don't want to come up with the ideas. And so Hannah has taken the initiative on this for our office to get this calendar done for you guys. So if you didn't notice, the one for Saturday, the posting for Saturday is National Sibling Day. I'm an only child. So I'm going to take a picture of my sibling up here in the front. It's not National Twin Day, but it's close enough. So we'll have that one. I'll make sure I have my posts on that for Saturday's posting.
I love that he's always so excited to see you.
Right. All right, cool. All right, what's next? All right, cool. Now I get the pleasure of reintroducing Robin Sino. So I love a lot of things about Robin. The thing that comes to mind though this morning is the way that she always challenges me to think, and the way that she makes me think bigger and just doesn't take the easy way out. And so I asked her to come in today to share some of this idea about using our brain as a muscle to get it into shape and to work through it. And so I appreciate you putting together this class and speaking in front of our group here and online and adding value to their lives as well.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Let me get my jacket off the ground.
Yeah, get your jacket. Yay. Thank you. Yes, so I created most of this last night and this morning. However, it's been in my brain for a long time. And I love the video that you sent out, Scott, about is our brain a muscle? So I had to add this. And most of you know I'm a technology goddess. So me creating this PowerPoint was a big deal. So I'd like a round of applause. Kidding, kind of. If you would allow me, I'd like to take you through a little bit of my journey. Would that be okay with you guys? Okay. And it leads to why our brain is a muscle and how hard are we working it. So the value of the question that we ask ourselves is so important. So what questions are we asking ourselves? So I'll take you back. This will be no surprise to any of you. When I was young, I was very energetic. I was into everything. I was loud. I was very active. I was a cheerleader in high school. Are you guys surprised? Are you shocked? I was a cheerleader. However, there came a time in my life when I was married. I had 4 children in 4 years. And I'm married to an incredible man, and he's Sicilian. And in his family, that meant that I was to be seen and not heard for a while. You know, it's all right. I lost myself somewhere along the way. I might get emotional. I lost myself. I will get emotional. And isn't that what's important about our journeys? We all have one, right? And it's important for us to be able to tell and share those journeys, because I am positive that somebody, either one of you that's joining us via Zoom or someone in this room, can relate to parts or all of my story. So I'd gotten to a place where I'd lost myself a little bit. And I, believe it or not, would not go out to the mailbox and get the mail until it was dark, because I thought someone would see me and then want to have an adult conversation, and I didn't know how, and I didn't feel intelligent enough to have one. So then some of my girlfriends called me up that I went to high school with, and they were with this company called Mary Kay. And they were, yeah, right? They were going to this convention in Sacramento at the Spaghetti Factory, and they wanted me to join them. And I said, I'll have to ask if I can. And they go, what? You have to do what? You have to ask if you can? And I was at that stage of my life. So I asked Frank, and I couldn't believe it. He said yes, that he would watch the kids and I could go. And I went and I watched these women, confident women, going across this stage, getting awards and telling their story, and they were succeeding in life, and they were applauding one another. And I thought, I want what they have. I want that. That's why I love it when we have classes and we applaud for one another, because this is like the only place we get that, right? To have applause and to be recognized and to be seen. And they read this poem, and I'm going to read it to you guys, and I might cry, and it's okay. They read this poem, and it started the change for me again. I used to have a comfort zone where I knew I wouldn't fail. The same four walls and busy work were really more like jail. I longed for so much to do the things I'd never done before, but I stayed inside my comfort zone and I paced that same old floor. I said it didn't matter that I wasn't doing much. I said I didn't care for things like commission tax and such. I claimed to be so busy with the things inside that zone, but deep inside, I longed for something special of my own. I couldn't let my life go by just watching others win. I held my breath. I stepped outside and I let the change begin. I took a step, and with new strength I'd never felt before, I kissed my comfort zone goodbye, and I closed and locked that door. If you're in a comfort zone, afraid to venture out, remember that all winners were at one time filled with doubt. A step or two and words of praise can make your dreams come true. Reach for your future with a smile. Success is there for you. So guess what? I started Mary Kay. I did this. I had my sales director meet me and teach me how to go find leads. We called it mauling. And it really felt like mauling. We went to the mall. She would walk up in her beautiful suit. Hi, my name is Arlene Richards, and we have a few questions to ask you. Da, da, da. And then when it's my turn, okay, this is kind of gross. I got sick and had to run and be sick because the stress of it and being so nervous was too much for me. Yet I kept thinking, if I want to have the things that those people have, then I'm going to have to become more like those people are. Brave, willing to do things that are uncomfortable. Got to remember the comfort zone, right? I had to prioritize. And it leads, Paul, to the class that we're teaching now, the 6 personal perspectives. They all fit in there. So I did the mauling. I started doing some things, and in 9 short years, actually, I earned a car in 3.5 months. However, it was a journey of 9 years of brain work for me to actually understand I can deserve it. So I earned a free car, earned several free cars, became a sales director. And once I'd become a sales director, I realized that, hey, I can do this. I can earn money. I can add value. I can touch lives. So James, next slide, please. If you're there. So the question I asked myself, and then I'm going to ask all of you, is your mindset working for you? Because whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. And we prove it to ourselves over and over and over again. The reality of it is that our subconscious mind is a magic genie, and it always says to us, your wish is my command. So if we say it's too hard, guess what? The magic genie says, your wish is my command. It's too hard. So guys, what I learned through a lot of personal growth, and by the way, I continued through in and out of this journey. What I learned is that I got to be asking myself, is my mindset working for me? Because it's not from a place of good, bad, right or wrong, or shooting all over myself or anyone else. It's, hey, is this giving me the result I'm looking for? Or is it holding me back from being everything that I can be? So we watched in the 6 personal perspectives, we watched a TED Talk by a gentleman by the name of Rick Elias. Does anyone know who Rick Elias is or anything about that video? Paul.
Yeah, I watched it.
So who's Rick Elias and what was the impact of his TED Talk?
Change the way you think.
So change the way he thinks. So why? He was in a plane crash. His plane was going down. And as he's in this plane and that he's seeing flames and he's watching the flight attendants and listening to them talk, he said he saw the look on the flight attendant's face and he didn't have to ask any more questions, and not because he knew that this wasn't good. And in an instant, he heard the captain say, brace for impact. So the question is, if this were your last day, have you left it all on the field? I mean, are you living the life that you want to live? Are you becoming the person that God made you to be? I'm a Christian. I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm going to say it clear. God has a plan for every single one of us. We got to step into it, right? Because guess where all the good stuff is? Outside the comfort zone. So we got to sometimes hold our breath, grab a buddy, and step outside that comfort zone, because that's where all the magic happens, guys. That's where all of it is. So I went through this phase again. So you think you're there? Wrong, I was not there. It's a constant thing. So I had gone through a stage. Now I'm at this place where my dad is extremely ill with cancer. And my sister, who was one of my best friends, moved out of state. 2 of my kids moved out of state. I started to feel like life was taking control of me, and I wasn't in control of my life anymore. I was sad, I was depressed. I was the team leader at the Natomas office, and I had decided that since my dad was getting really ill, I was going to quit that job so that I could be there for my parents, so that I could go to my dad's doctor's appointments. And all I needed to do to replace my team leader salary was to sell like 10 houses in a year. And I thought, I can do that. I'll sell 10 houses. What I realized though was I stopped growing. I stopped hanging out. Paul brought this up yesterday. Who you hang out with matters. Take a look, guys. Who are the 5 people that you hang out with the most? How do they think? How do they talk? What's their growth plan? How do they push you? It's one of the things I love most about Scott too, is he challenges me on a constant basis. He'll ask me questions. He holds that mirror up for me so that I'm asking myself different questions. So who knows who Andy Andrews is? Oh, love that man, okay? Andy Andrews has a conversation. So define a friend. Somebody tell me, what is a friend?
Loyal.
Somebody who's loyal to you, right? What most people think, and loyalty looks a lot of ways, right? What most people think is that a friend is someone who accepts you as you are. And I love that Andy Andrew pushes back on that. He said, no. The dude at the Burger King accepts you for who you are because he doesn't really care. But a friend will help you to be who you can be. They'll hold that mirror up. I have several of those people in this room right now that hold that mirror up for me and challenge me to be my very best. So do you have people like that in your life? If not, guys, you want to get them. You want to get those people. I would rather be friends with someone who is going to tell me the truth versus what I want to hear all day long, because that's the true testimony of a friend. That is the true value of a friend. So not only do you want to have them around, you want to be that person, right? Bringing out the best in one another. So I'd gotten in a stage with my dad. I refer to this period, and anyone who knows me, they know I call it my spiraling vortex of doom. So I can laugh about it now. And yet, have you guys ever been in the whirlwind and you're not sure how to get out? Have you ever been caught in that mindset and you're reaching for a lifeline and there's not one around? And you're looking for that thing to inspire you? Well, guess what, guys? It means you got to act. To get inspiration, you got to act. You got to move on something. So I'm sitting with my dear friend, and I'm not reading good books. I'm not listening to good things. I'm not hanging out with people who push me. Anytime I got around someone who pushed me, I decided to not be in their presence anymore, right? And I thought, what's wrong with that person? Right? And some of you might see me that way, and I'm cool with it, because I'm going to take a stand for your excellence. Whenever you guys have an excuse, we're going to talk about a reason why. Because the truth of it is a business plan is numbers on a page until it is driven by a compelling reason why. When I started my real estate business, I did not need to make money. My husband made plenty of money, but I was missing something inside. I was missing self-confidence. I was missing being able to prove to myself that nothing was bigger than me unless I chose for it to be. So I'm sitting with my friend Mindy, and we're having lunch, and we're having our typical conversation about how bad that person is and how wrong this is and how wrong that is. we looked at each other and we both had the same epiphany at the same time. And we both realized who we'd become. We had become those people that we would not allow in our presence at one point. Or if they were going to be in our presence, we were going to have a different conversation. We were going to have a high-minded conversation. And we both got a pit in our stomach. And we both said, okay, wait a minute. Is this who we really want to be? Because guess what, guys? It's a choice. Absolutely a choice. So we stopped and we asked ourselves, James, can we go to the next slide, please? If we were going to remain victim or accountable. And we're going to be going over all of this stuff in the 6 personal perspectives. So if you really want to shift your mindset, these are not intuitive. These are learned behaviors. It's when we become aware and we have a reason to change. I had a reason to change. I'd gained 20 pounds. I was miserable. My family did not really want to be around me. Who would? Come on, yeah, let's hang out with her. She's a whole lot of fun. Wrong. Guys, here's the truth. You want to attract business? You want to attract friends? Shift who you are. I used to be the person that would walk in the room and the room would light up. I had become the person that walked in the room and the room went dark. Doesn't feel good. And it wasn't instantaneously that I got out of that either. However, I put together a growth plan. So Mindy and I started talking and we were like, where are we on the victim accountable? Guess what? We all shift in and out of this in different places in our life all the time. Every day I can shift to either side of victim accountable. In that moment though, we started asking better questions. I said, Mindy, what were you doing when you were at your peak? Like when you were so excited to get up every day and to live your life and to go out, what were you doing every day? And she said, I was reading good books. I said, yeah, so was I. I was listening to good things. I said, yeah, me too. I was hanging out with people who made me better because they challenged me. I said, me too. I said, where are those people? And she said, yeah, we pushed them away. Who would want to be around us? I said, so if we got in a bad place in our life because of our own choices, it makes sense that we can get back by making different choices, right? So we decided, we said right then and there, I'll never forget it, we're at the Dos Coyotes at the mall over there on Arden. Yeah. Yes, we're at Arden. You knew what this was, right? Okay. God bless you. So we're sitting there, and I said, so if we were to start with one book, what book would it be? And she said, the one that impacted me most was The Traveler's Gift with Andy Andrews. Because we had met Andy, had the CD, had the affirmations. If you guys really want something impactful, write this down. Go to YouTube and put in the 7 Decisions for Success. It's Andy Andrews talking about the people in The Traveler's Gift. It's called the 7 Decisions for Success. And it's about an hour, a little over an hour long. However, you can listen to it while you're doing other things. It changed my thought process. It changed my life. If Nancy Darnell's online, Nancy knows what I'm talking about because I shared it with her and it shifted her as well. So we said, let's go get the book. It was so funny. I got in the car and as I'm closing the door, I reached down in the side pocket and guess what was there? The audio CD, Andy Andrews' affirmations of the 7 decisions for success. So I'm listening to it as I'm driving over to buy the book and we started book club and it started the change. But guys, it's a decision. So next slide, James. I wish I could control this. So there's some things, I know, there's some things that successful people have in common. So James, click it again, please. You're going to be there for a few minutes. One of those things is that they master their craft and themselves. So not just their craft, they master themselves. And next, they focus on the things that matter first. So we can be busy and not productive. Okay. They build a plan and they execute it. That's the hard part, right? The last part, the execute it piece. We build them. We're great with ideas. We have a hard time with execution sometimes. Coaching helps. They're learning based. They know that their business will grow to the extent that they do. So guys, I'm going to challenge you. How much are you growing? Most of us have a business plan, and yet do we have a growth plan Do we have a spiritual growth plan? I read all these books because they grow me. I have a resource library. You're welcome to come and read any of my books at any time. I have the same rule. Paul Boudier gave me this idea, and I love it. He says you can borrow any of my books. You just need to highlight what matters to you, leave a note inside it, because guess what? I get to learn from you then. When you read the book and something stands out for you, and by the way, these are all pretty much signed by the authors, because I go meet the authors. I want to know these people. What makes them think the way they think, right? So feel free, write it down, highlight. The next thing, boom, is they think without limits. Wow. That's still something that I am constantly working on. So removing your limiting beliefs. It's a big one, right? Next one. They're highly accountable. They're highly accountable to themselves, their families. Most of them have a coach to help them stay on the straight and narrow. Next. And they're willing to fail forward. So when I got a new definition of failure, I recommend John Maxwell's book, Failing Forward. When I first met John several years ago, my kids were all little, and we used to pay our kids to read books instead of getting allowance. I asked John, my kids are young. If I want to make a real strong impact on my kids, what book would you recommend that I have them read? At first he said God's Word, and then he said Failing Forward. And I said, why did you choose that book? And he said, because it's our lack of relationship with failure. We look at failure as the end of something, and it's not. It's the beginning. It's one or two ways to know not to do something. It allows us the liberty to find out what works and what doesn't work. It's where great things happen. So they're willing to fail forward. Next slide. So one of the things that I'm constantly asking myself that I wanted to share with you guys is, do we have a fixed mindset or a growth mindset? It's like the victim accountable. I can go back and forth, right? There's some areas, because I'm a very passionate believer of things, that I can be stuck in a fixed mindset about something. Scott knows this. How often do you challenge my thoughts on things? Tuesdays at 12:30, yeah, and 12:30. So what's the difference? A failure mindset, or with a growth mindset, failure is an opportunity to grow. That's all it is. But in a fixed mindset, failure is the limit to my abilities. In a growth mindset, we look at things like, I can learn to do anything I want to. But in a fixed mindset, it's either good, I'm not good at that. Can't learn it. Paul's lucky. Erica's lucky. No. They work hard, they learn, right? Challenges help me to grow with a growth mindset, but the opposite is, no, I don't like to be challenged. We take it personally, right? Feedback is constructive. Feedback is criticism, and it's personal. So it's challenging ourselves in the way that we think about things. Am I in a growth mindset? Am I in a fixed mindset? So anytime that you're up against something and you're feeling like, yeah, nope, can't work for me, or they wouldn't want to hear what I have to say, ask yourself, where am I right now? Am I in a growth mindset? Am I in a fixed mindset? Paul asked me yesterday, when was the last time I got asked to do something that made me nervous, made the butterflies all fly in formation. And one of the ones that comes to mind was I got asked to be the keynote speaker for the National Women's Council of Realtors a couple years ago. And I was my mouth's dry right now, thinking about it. I was so nervous because I have this fear of wasting people's time and not adding value that I said no. And then I hung up and I immediately felt like, man, I'm in this opportunity, because if time and money were no object and I could do whatever I want, I would love to be a public speaker. There was an opportunity to actually have the chance to do that, maybe impact somebody's life, right? And I turned it down. Well, luckily, God had a different plan, because they kept calling me, and then I said yes, and I did it. And it was one of the, I blacked out. I don't remember any of it. But my husband, I wouldn't let him go. He hired a videographer, and it was trouble. Thank God I have to watch it. But guys, seriously, it's challenging. Thank you.
Oh, you want it? You said right now.
Oh, Paul, I wonder why you were running. I was like, I offended him so bad he left. See how the mind works? So guys, all of this to say, your mind is a powerful, powerful thing. And it is that magic genie. So I brought a little exercise. You guys want to learn how powerful your mind really is? Okay, so all of you have a piece of paper and it's got a 4 quadrants on it. It's got a circle with numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you have a little washer. There's 2 up here at the front. Chris, if you guys want to get these. Oh, look at everybody with the water. Thank you, Paul and Scott.
Oh, you did it too?
Yeah! That's why I ran! I know where you were going.
You guys are so awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we sent this out to those of you on Zoom, and if you got the materials, we'd love to have you join along with us. We're going to talk about the power of our mind, okay? So I want you to take that little string, is there an extra? And I want you to rest your elbow on the table with that string hovering over the center. Thank you. Did everybody in here get one? Okay, well, okay. So you can hold it like this if you want, but you're gonna hold that string with this little washer in the center of the 4 numbers. So those of you at home, if you've got the string, you've got the washer or a ring or something on it, you're gonna take a piece of paper, draw a circle, and separate it into 4 quadrants and number them 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, you guys ready? All right, so I want you to start really concentrating on 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. Really focus. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, stop. So what were you guys experiencing? What happened for some of you?
You're weird.
I'm weird. I'd like to argue that. I'd like to argue that, however, I can't. There's evidence to support it. So why am I weird? Why was that freaky?
That was just insane to me.
What happened?
Like it went to the numbers. Like if you concentrated on it, it went to the numbers. And
Yeah.
I was trying really hard also not to move.
Ah, so
I was
Erica,
trying to play like back in the mental.
so you tried to play games with yourself and your intention and your focus still made it move to the numbers you were saying. Got it. Who else had an experience? Jade.
Yeah, it was weird because I had it completely stopped before you started saying the numbers.
Yeah.
And then started moving to the numbers when I started actually thinking about it with you.
Wow, so it was stopped when Jade wasn't thinking about it, and when she started thinking about it with me and listening, it started moving to those numbers.
So what it made me realize is that you control my mind.
Yes!
You're in control of my mind.
I'm in control of your mind, yes. Scary thought, really scary thought. Don't ever give that power away, especially to me. Seriously. Did anybody have it not move? Dennis, what was going on? What were you thinking about?
I was thinking keep it in the center, and then when I started doing the numbers, but I guess my intention was keep it in the center.
Yeah, so Dennis said he was thinking keep it in the center, and that's exactly what happened. So it's funny because our intention will outwill everything else.
So
Yes.
I did the 1, 3, but when you did 2, 4, it didn't go there. But then when you did the 1, 3, 4, immediately.
Interesting. What were you thinking when the 2, were you saying 2, 4, or were you just expecting me to do it for you?
I was just kind of drifting in my head.
Yeah, she was drifting.
Yeah,
She lost
I
focus.
wasn't, yeah, focused on it.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it? Paul?
Exactly, Rob. So I've done this exercise before, although it's the first time observing somebody else doing it.
Uh-huh.
So Liz was looking at it, and so it just wiggled, and I said, well, and I'm thinking to myself, I can see it move, right, and go different directions. So the observer looking outside in, that's why you have a coach, right? So they can look outside in, they have a different experience than what somebody else is actually going through.
Ooh, interesting thought. I hadn't looked at that way before. Thank you. It's funny because I've done this in other classes before where I had one of the people, I'll never forget him, Rob, he said, "Ha, I win." And I said, "Awesome. What'd you win?" And he said, "Mine didn't move at all." And I said, "Excellent. What were you thinking about?" And he goes, "Making sure it didn't move." I said, yep, you won. Here's the truth. Wasn't that just evidence of how powerful the mind is? That no matter what else was going on around, if my intention was for that not to move, it wasn't going to move. And it doesn't matter if I'm saying out loud. So I've had people who say 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 out loud, and yet their brain was like, nope, keep it right there. Let's prove her wrong. Go for it. Prove me wrong. Your brain is proving you right. And we all have this need to look good and be right.
Half of my high school got too drunk.
I did not do that. I did not get too drunk. Is that what you said? Something about high school? My nickname in high school was Nunley, by the way. So yeah, I didn't get drunk in high school. I waited till I was 40 something. Anyway, but it proves how powerful your mind is, guys. So just remember that whenever there's an obstacle or perceived obstacle in front of you, what if you were to look at it as an opportunity for you to really challenge yourself and to leave it all on the field? Because here's the truth. I did this yesterday in the class and a lot of people made fun of me. So you ready? Who's got a weird area? I don't know where this is all coming from.
James is
My psychic powers. But I would venture to say that there's somebody either on this call today or in this room that has not fulfilled their life's potential. Whether it's in business, or it's in your personal life, or if it's in some other area. And so here's the weird thing again. Everybody check the bottom of your feet. No, honestly, check the bottom of your feet. Anybody have an expiration date? None of us do, right? None of us know how many days we have left on this planet. So if today was your last day, have you made every impact that you could make? Have you touched every life that you can touch? And have you challenged yourself to be the best that you can be? Because guys, it's a choice. That's all. It's just a choice. And I hope you'll choose to fight for you. Because the journey is crazy and it's a little bit wild and it's oh so worth it. So thank you for allowing me to be here today. Thank you for allowing me to share my journey with you. I'd love to hear all of your big wins and where you've challenged yourself and you've truly grown. I'd love to celebrate those with you guys because we all have a gift. I think that God gives us all something that's uniquely ours. And I feel like the gift that he's given me is to see each and every one of you bigger than you see yourselves. I see you well beyond your obstacles, and I will fight for you, and I will stand and hold you in a place of excellence for yourself. And I know that you can conquer anything in this world if you just choose. So thank you so much for your time today.
I got nothing to follow that one up. Love you.
I love you too.
All right, cool. Well, that'll do it for this week. So hope you all got something out of that. Another round of applause for Robin. So I appreciate you coming in and sharing that today. So. All right, cool. So hope you all got value out of that as well. Have a fantastic week. Next Wednesday, Paul, you guys are doing a financial committee up here.
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
Perfect.
We're doing a panel with Failing Forward. So,
Failing Forward panel next week with the financial committee, so don't miss that one. And then we have our regional team meeting next Wednesday in the afternoon as well. So
Hey guys, if you want to take a deep dive into the stuff that we touched on a little bit today, Paula and I would love to have you join us for the 6 personal perspectives. Plenty of room for you.
cool. All right, guys, have a great week.
Thank you.
Now we want.
Now we do want music. Break